Sir, naka-mute ka po.
Ayan. Ayan, give examples of solid, liquid, and gas. So ano to? Remembering, understanding, analyzing, what cognitive process dimension, what level? Give examples of solid, liquid, and gas. Ano sa tingin nyo? Anyone?
Understanding po, sir.
Understanding. How about the others? Do you agree with Ms. Welaan that it requires understanding to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas? Okay, Ms. Castillo, Lovely agrees with Welaan. How about the others? When you ask your students to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas, okay, sinabi mo sa estudyante, give examples of solid, liquid, and gas. What is that? Remembering, understanding, analyzing ba? Applying ba? Okay, for Ida, it's remembering. For Rene, it's remembering. Okay, the answer depends on the situation or the circumstance. Okay? When you ask your students to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas, that can be either, tama rin naman kayo, that can be either understanding, sabi ni Welaan, or remembering, kagaya ng sinabi ng iba sa inyo. So it depends on the circumstance. Okay, for example, during your discussion, you give examples of solid, liquid, and gases. So nagbigay kayo ng solids, these are liquids, these are gases. So during your if during your discussion you gave examples of solid, liquid, and gas, and then afterwards you ask your students to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas, at ang binigay nila ay yung binigay niyong examples, that is merely remembering. Okay? Remembering lang siya. But if you just presented the definition and then you ask them to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas, that is more than remembering of concept. That is more than remembering of information. Nakukuha niyo ba yung ibig kong sabihin? Di ba? Halimbawa, you gave them the definition of solid. Solid are have this and that, liquids have this and that, and gas have this and that. So after you gave them the definitions of solid, liquid, and gas, then you ask them to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas. That requires more than remembering. Diba? Hindi more than remembering na yung pinapagawa nyo sa kanila. So that can be understanding of the concept na. Diba? If you ask them to give examples of this, diba, after you presented the definition, so pwedeng understanding na yung chine-check ninyo. Okay? Kaya nga yung comment ko sa lesson plan ng iba sa inyo, di ba parang, ay, mamaya i-discuss ko rin yun. So, para ang comment ko, tawag dito, kasi parang yung iba sa inyo, parang lahat na kayo yung nagbibigay. Kayo yung nagbigay ng definition, kayo yung nagbigay ng example. Di ba? Parang, tandaan nyo, learner-centered kasi tayo. Di ba? Mahahalata mo yung learner-centered na lesson plan sa teacher-centered na lesson plan eh. Yung learner-centered na lesson plan, madaming nakasulat sa may students' activities. Yung teacher-centered na lesson plan, kung mapapansin nyo, maraming nakasulat dun sa teacher's activities, pero puro yes ma'am, okay ma'am yung nakasulat sa learner's activities. So ito yung mahalagang matutunan ninyo. 'Di ba? Paano nyo ma-develop yung cognitive abilities ng estudyante nyo kung kayo lahat yung nagbibigay ng information? So in this, 'di ba? Pwedeng kayo yung magbigay ng definition ng solid, liquid, and gas, and then you ask them to give examples of solid, liquid, and gas to check if they really understand the concept or not. Okay? Or pwede rin naman you ask them what comes to mind when you hear the word solid, when you hear the word liquid. 'Di ba? And out of their inputs, you may formulate, 'di ba, definition of solid, liquid, and gas. So nakukuha nyo ba? So this give examples of solid, liquid, and gas can be under remembering or understanding. So which one is better? Under remembering or under understanding? Ano sa tingin nyo? Trisha, anong mas okay? Remembering or understanding of concept or information?
Sir, understanding.
Okay, understanding. So mas mahalaga, it's more important that they understand. Diba? Because if they understand, they can give examples. Diba? More than what you have given them. Kasi kapag remembering lang, halimbawa, ang kaya lang nilang ibigay ay yung mga ibinigay mo lang na examples. Diba? Halimbawa, ang binigay mo lang na example ng solid ay wood, stone, and hollow blocks. 'Di ba? Kung mag-stick tayo sa remembering, yun lang din yung kaya nilang ibigay na example. But if we are trying to develop their understanding, 'di ba, of the information or of the concept, 'di ba, they can give more examples than what you have given them. Okay, next. And what are the characteristics of solid? So saan to? Remembering ba to? Kenneth, do you have any idea? Saan to magpo-fall? Sa understanding. Okay, thank you, Kenneth. So tignan natin. Sabi ng iba, understanding. May nagsabi ba ng remembering? Okay, Maricel said, understanding. Sabi ni Miss Castillo, remembering. Why remembering, Miss Castillo? Sige, tanong natin yung mga remembering yung sagot. Si Maria, si Justin, ang sabi ni Justin ay understanding. Okay, Eliza, remembering. Hazel Joyce, sino yung nauna kanina nagsabing remembering? Maria. Bakit remembering to? What are the characteristics of solid? Miss Castillo. Okay, let's have Miss Guemo. Why remembering, Miss Guemo?
Sir, kasi po sir, tulad po sir, what are the characteristic of solid? Ay, yun, oh.
Oo, tama.
Sir, po kasi tinatanong po kasi sir what? So, pag yung teacher po, diniscuss po muna niya yung what are the characteristic of solid. Yung tatatak po sa mga bata is yung mismong characteristic po. So, pag sasagot po sila, yung na-memorize lang po nila, yung ilalagay po nila.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Sabi ni Miguel, both. Why both, Miguel?
Sir, depends sa situation din po kasi.
Okay.
Pagkakaintindi.
Paano kapag remembering? Paano kapag understanding?
Pag remembering, kumbaga parang recall lang po yung previous na discussion. Ganun. Pag sa understanding naman po, nasa yung parang ganun po, during discussion pa lang po.
Okay, thank you, Miguel. Sabi ni Lovely Zine, sabi niya, recalling na po yung information na sinabi ng teacher. Remembering kasi pwedeng na-recall na nila sa previous lesson. Okay? So, di ba nakakalito? Ako rin medyo nalilito dito eh. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, it's understandable kung nalilito kayo. Pero kung titingnan na, pwede kasing, kung nalilito tayo, we should always go back to the definition. So let's try to go back to the definition. So the question is, what are the characteristics of solid? Diba? Doon sa, tingnan natin ulit yung definition ng sabi dito sa remembering, the learner can recall information and retrieve relevant knowledge from long-term memory. Okay? Yung understanding is the learner can construct meaning from oral, written, and graphic messages. Now, let us go back to the question. What are the characteristics of solid ba yung nilagay natin kanina? Okay, of solid. Remembering pa rin ba yung sagot nyo? Understanding pa rin ba yung sagot nyo? Both pa din ba yung sagot nyo? So in understanding, sabi dito, the learner can construct meaning. Are we asking them to construct meaning out of a given information? Yes or no? Di ba we are merely asking them the characteristics of solid. So most likely, that is just under remembering. Diba? Halimbawa, sinabi natin sa estudyante natin, solids have definite shape, solid do not take the shape of the container kasi nga may definite shape siya, solid has a definite volume. So when we mention that to our students and then later on in our discussion, in our discussion, we ask them, what are the characteristics of solid? That is merely remembering. Because for one, we are not asking them to construct meaning from what we have told them. Okay? Sabi din ni Jovelyn kasi may specific characteristics. Otherwise, yes, you are correct, Jovelyn. Otherwise, you ask them to interpret. Diba? To interpret the characteristics of solid. So that requires more than remembering of knowledge or information. So nakukuha nyo? Okay, let's have other example. Sayang hindi ko nga nakuha yung mga sagot nyo eh. Dapat yun yung ipipaste ko dito eh. Okay, dissect a frog and then compare and contrast digestive system to humans. Digestive system. What is this? Saan magpo-fall to? When you ask your students to dissect a frog and then compare and contrast.
Applying.
Applying, okay. May iba bang sagot? Ngayon para tayo nagkakaroon ng bidding dito ah. Okay, most of you, if not all, think that it's applying. It's application of concept. Bakit applying? Miss Nicolas, since you're the last one na nag-message. Christine Joy, why application or why applying? Yes, Christine.
Sir, kasi dito sir, kasi ina-apply na niya yung natutunan niya dito. Kumbaga, ginagamit niya na yung sa pamamagitan ng pagdadissect po ng frog.
Umalis na naman si sir?
Nawala si Sir